Good evening, respected chairpersons and august audience. I am Ritesh Agarwal from the Department of Endocrine Surgery, and this is my beautiful institute, the Sanjay Gandhi Postgraduate Institute of Medical Sciences, situated at Lucknow. And I am here to present telemedicine applications in endocrine surgery and audit of decade-long activities at SGPGI AIIMS Lucknow. What is endocrine surgery? Endocrine surgery is an emerging surgical subspecialty that deals with the operative management of diseases of endocrine glands. Endocrine glands are the hormone-producing organs like thyroid gland, like parathyroid glands, like pancreas, like adrenals and pituitary, and these diseases are not amenable to medical therapy. The telemedicine technology applications in endocrine surgery, we prepare an audit of 10 years, ranging from January 2001 to December 2010. And we included the services we offered were telehealth care, including tele-follow-up and pre-referral screening, the subspecialty development, tele-mentoring, tele-education, including lectures, clinical case presentations, surgical video sharing, conference CME, workshop collaborations, and common grand rounds. In the telehealthcare services, we had remote partners mainly from the Odisha network like SCB Medical College Cuttack, Dr. Mohanty is a part of that, VSS Medical College Burla, MKCG Medical College Balrampur. The services we offered were during tele-follow-up were confirmation and e-dispatch of the histopathology reports, because we operate the patients and discharge them early so that they can go home early, and at the follow-up at telemedicine center, they can confirm the histopathology reports, and also we e-dispatch the reports. Also the review of reports at the patient ends, like the reports of thyroid levels, thyroid hormone levels, and calcium, modification of the drug dosages, assessment of post-operative status, including visualization of surgical wound healing, confirmation of appointments if needed, and treatment of any complications. The methods we used were real-time video conferencing and electronic document exchange, like mobile telephony for quick exchange of SMS or audio, and emails to follow the video interaction. In the video conferencing for the past 10 years, we had 65 patients who had tele-follow-up, and the number of sessions were 91, and the number of visits was 177, that is approximately 3 visits per patient. The mobile conversations were 32, and these numbers are growing on day by day. The number of conversations in the past 10 years were 129, and the emails, we had 6 patients only in the last 10 years because it is a new emerging thing, and the number of emails were 21 we received from the 6 patients. We had also published our data regarding the post-operative care through tele-follow-up visits in patients undergoing thyroidectomy and parathyroidectomy in our department, and it was published in the Journal of Telemedicine and Telecare in 2009. The number of patients were 34, and they had 66 visits through tele-follow-up, and the nature of diseases were benign in 17 and malignant in 17. The patient's level of satisfaction we rated, we gave them a questionnaire ranging from excellent to very poor, and 69% of patients rated the satisfaction level as excellent and very good in 31%. None of them rated as poor or very poor. We performed pre-referral screening in 12 patients with 22 sessions, and the aims were to select patients that need referral care only, to treat patients at local hospital as much as possible in order to avoid unnecessary visits and travel-related issues. These are some of the snapshots we took from our telemedicine center when the patients came for tele-follow-up. Regarding the tele-education, we had a lot of remote partners ranging from international to national. International we had from France, Pakistan, Bhutan, Afghanistan, and now from Nepal. And national we have in South like Vellore and Kochi. In Odisha like Cuttack, Balrampur, and Burla. In Raebareli and UP Medical Network is also joined now. And previously also we had Uttarakhand and now also Shimla. In these education sessions, we offer lectures, clinical case presentations that are didactic, and surgical video sharing. We had a lot of conference, CME, and workshop collaborations that I will tell later on, and also the common grand rounds. We had a number 162 sessions in the last 10 years for only the case-based learning presentations, and these are few snapshots taken from our center. A lot of conferences or workshops have been transmitted to our remote partners, ranging from postgraduate courses in endocrine surgery from 2001 to 2009, endocrine telesurgery workshops, SGPGI breast courses, diabetic foot care workshops, annual conference of the Indian Thyroid Society, annual conference of the Indian Association of Endocrine Surgeons, and others. Common grand rounds is a specialty to SGPGI. In this, every Saturday, department by rotation presents their departmental data in front of the institute. And till now, we have covered the 7 sessions, including almost all of the topics of our specialty, like medullary thyroid carcinoma, pheochromocytoma, familial endocrine syndromes, insulinoma, completion thyroidectomy, differentiated thyroid cancer, and primary hyperparathyroidism. These are some of the snapshots taken during the tele-CMAs. You can see the evolution in 1999 from 2002 to 2003, and this is the newly built telemedicine auditorium that is very beautiful, and any people can come and have a look at this. The impact of this tele-education programs that remote faculty's participation has increased, leading to a positive effect on CMA programs, increased participation in knowledge sharing exercises, leading to improved clinical care, better patient management, and also there's an improved relationship with peers. However, there are still some barriers, like the international time adjustments. Like from USA, we have a difficulty in adjusting the time. When there's a night here, there's a morning there, and also the availability is not universal. Also, Dr. Pradhan has previously noted that language problems are also there. Regarding the subspecialty development, we had a paper published previously, like the reinforcement of endocrine surgery training, published in Bird Journal of Surgery 2007. In this paper, we showed that 2 faculty members from remote center received short-term training at SGBJIMS. The number of cases operated by them increased significantly after training, and also there was a further increase in operated cases after introduction of telemedicine-based mentoring. There was also a decrease in morbidity after training. This was a platform that was developed between SGBJIMS and Cuttack. Telementoring, I can give you a very famous example. As you people all know, you people have seen the film 3 Idiots, in which Kareena Kapoor was guiding the delivery method through webcam. This is also a mode of telementoring. So telementoring is advanced application of telemedicine technology in which an inexperienced surgeon is guided by an expert or mentor from a geographically separated location. We had a very beautiful experience at SGBJIMS. The remote center was at Amrita Institute of Medical Sciences, Kochi. This is 2,500 kilometers from Lucknow, and the patient was a case of primary hyperparathyroidism. This was the patient, had a severe bone disease and had been operated 2 times earlier, but the disease was present in these very small parathyroid glands, so it is very difficult to identify their tumor. So that 2 times he was operated earlier, but tumor could not be located. Suggestions from SGPGI was given that tumor has to be located and removed. We offered assistance during surgery remotely. The detailed roadmap of reoperation was worked out, and telementoring schedule was fixed. We had a trial day earlier of the surgery. The mentor watched the surgical procedure carefully, and at a key step, the mentor guided the surgeon who followed the advice and was able to locate the tumor and remove it. The outcome was the successful recovery of the patient. This was a telementoring network that we developed between the Amrita Institute of Kochi and SGBJIMS, and this was a video conferencing unit. This was an operation theater at the Amrita, and here the mentor is watching at the SGBJIMS. Sorry. This was the quality of pictures we received during the telementoring experience. This was the OTX picture sent from Amrita Kochi, and this you can see this is a tumor that was located and removed after surgery. So finally, to conclude, telemedicine technology is useful in progression of new and emerging subspecialty of endocrine surgery by increasing awareness, knowledge exchange, developing better skills, and strengthening relationship with peers. Also, there are benefits to patients like logistics of transport to other hospitals is avoided, and there are direct and indirect cost benefits. Benefits to hospital in forms of that hospital reputation is increased, and it gets more complicated patient referrals. Also to the benefits for healthcare delivery system, quality healthcare through technology intervention, thereby promoting trust of people over system. Finally, I would like to thank all the surgeons, all our remote partners, all the staff at the School of Telemedicine and Biomedical Informatics at SGBJ, as well as at remote centers, and last but not the least, our patients who shared our vision and accepted the technology for their care. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ritesh.